guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a bit of a genealogy style roundup. This is a new thing that I want to do on my channel on a regular basis, just updating you on what's going on in the world of history and genealogy. So make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of my genealogy content. So the first thing that I wanted to get to was Rootstech. That is coming up this week. So if you haven't already registered or had a look at it, you might want to get on that right away. It'll be starting in just a few days on the 26th of February and it runs until the 29th of February. If you're lucky enough to be in Salt Lake City, then you can be there in person. So you'll have to register and get yourself a pass. But if, like me, you are unable to get there, they do have virtual passes. These look amazing and they give you access to all of the talks, so you won't miss out on anything. And it's actually really great because you can do it at your own pace anyway. You can watch it in the comfort of your home when you've got time. So I almost feel like even if you're going in person, it wouldn't hurt to get the virtual pass just so that you can watch at your own leisure. The other thing to make note of is that if you can't get yourself a virtual pass, they actually do have some of their talks streaming for free. So make sure that you tune in and check those ones out. I'll leave the link below for more information on Rootstech. Get excited. Okay, the next thing that I wanted to let you know about is MyHeritage has released its Colorize feature. So if you've been living under a rock, you might not have heard of this yet, but I feel like everyone's buzzing about it at the moment. This technology allows you to really quickly colorize your old black and white photos, and it does an amazing job. I made a video just the other day checking it out, so I will leave the link above that way. So you might want to have a look at that, but I highly recommend it. And even if you're the kind of person who prefers just the old black and white pictures, and I am that person, so I feel you, you will still enjoy this. I was always one of those people who said no to colorizing. It just was not my thing. Mainly because I have a few photos in my collection that have been hand colorized, and in the past when that was sort of popular, but it feels like it ruined a lot of those photos, and they were the originals. It just made them look like paintings and it really took away from the photo. I'm sure the people now might do a better job at it, but the bonus to the MyHeritage Colorize thing is you're not really doing anything to the original. So you can just scan in and upload your black and white pictures and just run them through their colorizing technology, and it's fantastic. It does such a good job. It doesn't overdo it. It's not absolutely perfect. There are a few little sort of, you'll occasionally get a color turn out not quite right, but overall, I was really impressed. I was just tempted to go and do it with all my photos. So if you have a current MyHeritage subscription, you can do an unlimited amount of photos and it's really quick and easy. You'll love it. If you don't have a current subscription, they do allow you to do a few photos. So on their website it says you can do several photos. I didn't know what that would be, but I just kept going because I was having fun, and it allowed me to do 8 photos. So I don't know if it's always 8, and maybe it's dependent on size, I'm not sure, but I thought that was pretty fair considering I don't have a current subscription. It's given me a good taste of it, and I am definitely keen to do more. Alright, so the third piece of news that I wanted to get onto was that Living DNA has done its updates. I know that this is slightly getting older news. This has been happening over the past, I guess, month or two. They've updated their website. They have a new dashboard which looks much more sleek than the old one. They have also added more regions. So those of you who've done a Living DNA test know that it's actually not as sort of detailed as something like Ancestry, but if you have British Isles DNA, then it's amazing. It has a really detailed sub-regional breakdown just within the British Isles. But also now, just a couple of weeks ago, released more detailed African sub-regions. So those of you with British Isles ancestry are going to love it, and I am hoping that it is just as good for those of you with African ancestry. So personally, I don't have any African ancestry, so I can't test that one out myself, but I did make a video about the update, so I will link it. But if you do have African ancestry, I'd really love to hear from you about how good the subregions were. If Living DNA continue to do this for different regions of the world, it's really going to be competing with the others. It is a bit smaller than the others at the moment, but if they continue with these really specific subregions, I feel like that's a point of difference that they have compared to something like Ancestry or MyHeritage or something like that. One last thing that I wanted to mention for the roundup was the recent story that's going to be affecting those of you with Australian ancestry, in particular Western Australian ancestry. It's that they've been removing the word Aboriginal from vital records. So birth, death and marriage certificates, they have been redacting the word Aboriginal from them. They've actually been whiting it out, and therefore people actually aren't getting that word anymore. They say that they've done it because the word is offensive. I find that really odd. I don't think the word Aboriginal is offensive. Possibly the use of it in certificates could be perceived as offensive only because they didn't bother to put white on white people's certificates. However, that being said, it's really useful having it on historical certificates, especially if you're trying to trace your Aboriginal ancestry. So I think that it's something that all of us genealogists should be aware of, that certificates may be sometimes altered. And I think we should really be concerned about this, because if original certificates are altered, we know there's no real getting that back. And it's something that we also have to think about with regard to transcription. If people are transcribing and leaving out offensive terminology or terminology that they deem to be offensive, then we're not necessarily getting what we pay for. Like, if we buy an original certificate, we expect it to have everything on it. Anyway, I won't go into too much detail here. I have made another video about that one, so I'll link it as well. Okay, that is it for today's roundup. Please go ahead and let me know if you have any stories that you think would be good to be featured on the roundup. You can contact me at my email, vanessa@kindredgenealogy.com.au. I hope you're having a good one, whatever you are doing, and to those of you who are attending Roots Tech, I'm so jealous and I hope that you have a great time. Once again, make sure that you like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video so that you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye!